Each of these lenses are 64 megapixels, and yes, that is insane. It's the standard setup with a wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lens, and that telephoto specifically is a periscope camera.
Alright, so now let's talk about the camera. So this is a triple camera setup, ultra-wide, wide angle, and telephoto cameras, and they all three come in at 64 megapixels. And I have to say, I walked away really impressed with the way the photos look. So this first photo is using portrait mode, and you can see it came out extraordinarily well. I did find that the telephoto zoom is one of the best that I've used on cameras this year. The quality is really good. You can still see a lot of detail, especially in the text on this sign. I was impressed with the low light performance, and I didn't really use the night mode. I just used the regular mode, and I was still able to get some good quality photos. Really do like the way this camera module looks. It has a really cool look to it.
And we have a periscope lens here. This thing has a 91 millimeter equivalent, meaning that you can zoom in the tele. You could see right here, tele stands for telephoto, quite far, and it goes even further than that, but that's going to be your optical at the 91 millimeter. So a lot of nice fun things you can do.
When it comes to photography, this phone does an incredible job. The main camera lens takes really good shots outdoors and even in some low light situations as well. And that ultra wide camera is also a very capable camera.
In the middle is the main camera, also 64 megapixel, but it has a much more respectable f1.6 aperture. Now this main lens has a tighter crop than most main lens of other phones. That's because this is a 35 millimeter equivalent. So that should be good news for photographers, because 35 millimeter, it's a very popular standard go-to lens for people to shoot general photos. You know, like if you want to take portraits, then you use something a little longer, like 50 millimeter, 70 millimeter. But for general photos, you want to use around 35 millimeter, and that's what this phone offers.
A trio of 64 megapixel cameras, but the main sensor and the ultra wide are both in the top tier for sensor size. Sensor on the telephoto is a very large 1/2 inch on a periscope folded lens.